as I said, maybe I'm factual. Yeah, there's nothing
I
to
totally
lie.
understand.
Yeah,
I
so
totally understand.
I told you I was 50% working, 50% school. So it affected me catching up with the language because my attention was divided.
Of
So
course, of
yeah,
course.
so I'm not
And the school here, are you doing in Russian or
Actually, I
English?
wanted to do in Russian before, but when I discovered that I won't be able to cope, I have to change to English because
Yeah,
I wasn't catching up with the language that much.
I've had students who came here and they had to enter in a Russian class, but the good thing is that they actually teach you for 1 year. Especially when you have scholarship, they
Yes,
teach you
yes,
Russian language
yeah,
for
for
1 year, which is a very good thing, like that. I think that's when you must.
yes.
But still, if exams are hard with the English that we grew up with, can you imagine exam with
Yeah,
the
in
Russian
Russian,
language
yeah.
that you just learned for 1 year? It can be like freaking complicated. I don't know how these
Yeah,
people
sure.
do this. So yeah, I think I think it will get better. Uh, and if like you, I think mostly like for me, like how I learned, I didn't go to any classes. Yeah, I never spoke Russian with my husband, or only my kids. I think my kids taught me, and YouTube, a little studying there, streets,
Yeah, I learned with Duolingo,
Yeah.
an application. Online.
Yeah, and also an app too. So I've self-taught my Russian, and you know what? I'm not. I can't say I'm fluent in Russian, but if it comes to understanding, I can actually understand everything when people are speaking. I can understand, but also just talking back, it's kind of hard because I've never practiced it a lot. But I can answer back and in an understandable way. Like I can now go to an office and actually sit down and discuss something, my problems or whatever. So
Wow, that's interesting.
if it's in that level, maneuvering Moscow, I think, becomes easier. But I think you'll get there.
Sure.
It's just 1 year. How I can't complain. But the only thing that shocked me is like you could get a job 1 year staying here. I love that courage.
Idea is needed.
Oh God. Do you like living in Moscow?
Moscow is a nice place. I love Moscow. Like so far so good. I
Where,
can't complain.
where do you feel safe, in Moscow or in Nigeria? Like, if you were told like stay here for safety, I'm talking about just going outside safety, like thieving, stealing safety. Where do you feel more at ease, like more relaxed?
Obviously, it's Moscow.
Yeah.
I can walk 1 a.m. Yeah, 2 a.m. Nothing will happen to me. Can you do that in Nigeria?
Even in Kenya.
Can you live in an apartment without you locking your gates?
I remember before I met my husband, I used to live in a place in Kenya, and if it's 12, let's say if we went out, to a club to party, and if that's 12, you better just stay in the club until morning, because you going to be walking in a street and somebody will try to get your phone, and they will try to. I can't believe it. Then you come to Moscow, you're like, you can go to supermarket at 2 a.m. and
Sure.
You can sleep in a stage, like you see people sleeping with backpacks and with their stuff. Nobody will touch your stuff. That is okay. That is. I want African countries to be to feel that safe. It's crazy. Although there's some. I think some times back, I think in the 90s, it wasn't easy to stay here as a black. Like there was skinheads. I heard about that, and my partner used to go. Had friends from Ruden because we live like 2 stops from Ruden. So he may hang out with black people. So he had most black people than white people, and he used to tell me like how it could be hard. Like sometimes black people will be just outside and they'll be just attacked by this group of Russians that are called skinheads and whatever. And how many fights he had to fight, because he always, I don't know, he always had black friends and always was interested in Africa and stuff. So that was 90s. But now, it's you can barely hear anything actually bad wronging done, or even on a TV, like So I think the safety here, it's like I don't know 100%.
Let's say 99. Let's give them one chance.
No, seriously, like these guys, I'm not surprised like how this place is. How media, let's say like US media, gives a very bad name to Russia, but when you actually come here, you're like, okay, what's up? Like, where is this stereotype? Where is this bad? Even it makes you like when I came here the first year, I was like afraid just because I was like waiting for that racism, like, racist me. Like a shock, like people talk so bad. Like I knew like this is going to be difficult. It's not difficult. Awesome. Like for me, it was a big surprise. Okay, in public places, do you get stared?
Of course. People could stare at you because, of course, you're black. Especially for those that are not used to black people, or people coming to Moscow for the first time, because there are not much blacks in other cities. So when they come to Moscow and they see black, they stare at you, but not for you to be embarrassed. They stare at you because you're unique,
different, and
you're unique and you're different. They're seeing something new. So it's normal in Africa. So when we see white people, we stare at them.
No, in Kenya we follow.
Sometimes the children will sing and they will sing. They sing and run after him. So,
but for me, it was kind of annoying at first, especially with kids. Oh my God, you just enter a metro and there's just that.
It's
just an uncomfortable way of like just seated in a metro seat and you like looking, above somewhere, and you just know everybody is staring at you. It sometimes it can be uncomfortable for me. Especially I'm that person who pretty much don't want too much attention. But for me, the staring was hard. But then I got used to it. I was like, okay, let me own this. Like it's not in a bad way.
Yeah, sure.
Let me just own it, because you just, even there's some just like feel like older generation will just come in front of your face. Where are you coming from? Like you're in like amazement, like, and then you just be nice, and it's just they are wondering, who is this? Like they've never seen a black person, probably only on TV, and when they see in real life, they're like, oh my God, it just becomes. What else do we have here? Are you in a relationship?
Of course, I'm in a relationship.
Russian or African?
No, African. Yeah.
That's awesome. Where is that? And about family, do you have siblings? Do you have a big family in Nigeria?
Of course, most Africans have big families. I have a large family. But immediate
like from your immediate
family is not that large, and most of them are not even in Nigeria. Yeah, only have few left in Nigeria.
How many are you in a family?
We are 5. And we have just 2 left.
And pretty much everybody is out. But like in Nigeria, like let's say like do you have a big extended family, like cousins and
I won't, compared to other African countries, I won't say so large like that, but of course in Africans too, extended families are large, so pretty much large.
Because me, I come from 2 wives, grandfather had 2 wives, so one had 9 kids, the other one had 5, and you can imagine all those people who had kids and not less than 4. So you can imagine how many cousins there are. I don't know. I don't know if it's a good thing to have a big family or to have a smaller one, because I realized in Africa when there's big family, the chaos. The more the chaos, the more the people, the more the chaos. But then it's different to when you compare families here in Russia. Like from my partner's side, he's the only child.
Yeah.
So you kind of find it's like a family dying. It's like it's like after that's it. Like nobody.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. How do you feel? Like, let's say if in your future relationship, do you want a bigger family or a smaller family?
Of course, I want a smaller family. Very small family.
Is it related to economics, or is it hard to the way it's hard to raise family now? Or?
I feel it should bring, if you want to bring a child to this world, then it should you should be able to take care of the child and to make sure the child at the end of the day is get to where you could not get to. Like, so you have to invest in the child. So the more the child, the more the investment. So it's better you just have little kids that you could train well. Yeah.
I have different. I wish there was bigger family.
Okay.
You know? I think I've seen the sadness, the side of my man's family, and it's like you can see a family just disappearing. You know, it's like if the grandparents, like there's only one grandparent remaining of my partner, and one brother, one uncle. You know, the other uncle is dead. His mom passed not long ago. His dad's side, I don't know anybody from his dad's side, and pretty much is left like one auntie. And a family like this, I don't know, it feels like it can make you feel like you're alone or something.
Yeah,
so
I get that.
Like for me, when it comes to money, if I had more money, I think I'd have more children.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
the thing, but still, I don't know. I feel like I should add kids. No, like I don't know why, but I think kids should have more siblings. I feel like, but these 1-2 kids, I don't know. I feel like they should be more to that. And also compared to me, I grew up with 3 siblings, so I'm the first one of 4. And the fun of just having 2 or more siblings was the best. I also see it with my kids, like there are 3 of them, and they can just have fun by themselves. It's like a team, And when my husband tells me about how he grew up as one child, oh God, can you imagine just waking up? It's just you and your parents, and you kind of disappear somewhere there. One goes to work, the other one goes to work, you're there, and it was a boring childhood, something like that. So you told us about how Russian people are to you there. How is the Russian weather? Are you okay with Russian weather, especially coming from Dubai?
I'm someone that I don't really like cold, but when I went to Dubai, I wish there was cold, because Dubai is too hot.
It's badly hot.
Very hot. So it's just as if I was coming from one extreme place and going to another extreme place. Russia is very cold. It's too cold, but Dubai was too hot. So generally, I'm not someone that really like cold. I wish every day could be summer.
Yeah. Like Nigeria, let's compare Nigeria, Dubai. What is the heat? Are they?
Can't compare. Dubai is too hot.
Really?
Dubai is too hot. At Dubai, there was a place I went to Dubai and we were saying 47, 48 degrees.
Wow, that's bad.
When you see 30 degrees in Nigeria, we already complaining now. Oh, it's too hot. It's too hot. 48 degrees in okay, no, I won't say that is Dubai, because people say Dubai. Dubai is like a state. UAE is a country. So when you go to some other regions, they're very
extreme.
hot. But Dubai itself is not that hot.
Wow. Let's when it comes to weather here, the cold. I told you I'm not. Cold has a way. Winter has a way of depressing someone. I don't know. And especially when you're when like say you are stay-at-home mom like I am, the dark days can keep you in the house. Just tell I don't want to get out. Like where do I want to get out? Where do I go? Like this kind of stuff, and it can depress you like to a very bad situation. I just like waking up to sun. Even in winter when there's sun, it's different story, the snow and the sun is not perfect, but the dullness is what kills me. As wake up, open the guy, it's dark. It's 8 a.m. and it's dark. Like you just wake up like, should I go back to blankets or should I focus on, should I do something else? It's a dilemma there. Okay. Now let's have our last question. You know what's going on, between Russia and Ukraine, yeah? Has it affected you in any way while living here, or from work, from school, the situation that's going on?
Yeah, at first, let me go back to when it started. Around that March, it affected because the April salary came late. I don't know, maybe because of the situation of bank or bank. So it was difficult for us to get salary. Then it came very late. Then it got to a point that the value of ruble was going down.
Yeah, that was a scare.
So then it got down to the extent that it was as if I was earning half salary, because when you're working abroad, you convert it to your country's money, and it was really going down. But before we know it, everything came back, and it's even better now. Yeah, so that side. Then psychologically, it affected me because my loved ones from home keeps calling, or they keep calling, telling me to leave the country, go to another country. So it's so, when you see your loved ones,
there was a of course, there was a scare.
They're caring about you, they're scared for you. So that's just the psychological effect.
But I think whatever is going on is absolutely awful, but other than just the banking system, and for me, anybody that's working online, it's a nightmare. If everybody is using, like, people use Instagram to make money.
Yes.
People use social media to make money. People like YouTubers who get paid according to views. If you get Russian views, they are not paid for. So I think there's very unfairness with these sanctions, because you know what, when the citizens are suffering the mistakes of the people on top, that is only like a big problem I see. About safety, you feel it's okay. There's no bad about the safety, because people think they're fighting like in Moscow also. There's threat. For me, I haven't seen yet a feeling of living. Like, as you can see, like for example, like mobilization. Oh my God, we were so scared, because when your partner, my partner is a breadwinner of our family, and then they say, oh, we're going to recruit young men to military. Oh God, that was a scare, to be honest. And then, as I told you, like, Russia kind of protects bigger families, so not long ago you came and told me, oh my God, yeah, finally. So any father of more than 3 kids is not going to be taken. But still, we're not 100% sure. Sometimes they say things and then they do something totally opposite. So yeah, that's has been the only scare we had, like a very real scare, when you hear somebody. Even it doesn't even have to be your spouse, any loved one, a son. You hear somebody is going to be deployed to fight for absolutely something. You don't know what's going on. Yeah, that was a big scare, I would say. Okay, lastly, Mike, tell people where to find you on social media, about your YouTube channel, how what you do, what kind of videos you make in your YouTube channel, and
Okay, I'm Dear Mike on YouTube, and I just document my travel experience. When I was in Dubai, I did about Dubai, and now I'm in Russia, I do about Russia. But perhaps tomorrow, if I'm in US, I'll do about US. So Dear Mike on YouTube, just Dear Mike, and you get me on YouTube. Then Instagram, Dear Mike Official on Instagram. I'm not really active on TikTok now because it's not really even going. You can't upload anything on TikTok.
I know, it's crazy.
So on Instagram and YouTube, you can.
Okay, my guys, my people. Please go follow my friend here, YouTube. I really checked his channel, very interesting videos. I think they might be interesting to you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'm very blessed and happy that I got to interview Mike. And it was a good experience today. Hope you enjoyed, and thank you so much. Please do what you do there down to subscribe. ask questions, by the way, and comment and tell us how this was. So thank you so much, and paka paka.